Hello. We've been doing this whole people pleaser series, but let's talk about if you're on the receiving end of people pleasing. Because people pleasing doesn't just affect the people pleaser, it affects the people in relationships with people pleasers. If you ever find yourself telling your friend or your partner who's a people pleaser, just tell me what you actually want, this video is for you. Now, as we've been going through this people pleasing series, this video is for the people who aren't the people pleaser. Because being in a relationship with a people pleaser can sometimes feel really confusing or even exhausting. You might feel frustrated, emotionally drained, unsure about what they actually want, begging them to be bold, wanting them to value themselves more and set boundaries and stop neglecting themselves, because that actually will boost your attraction toward them. Well, in romantic relationships, but you might have a people pleaser who's a family or a friend. Anyway, you just might feel like you're constantly guessing, right? And those feelings are valid. Trust me, I know. And honestly, it hurt to realize this, but I've been in a relationship where I was the people pleaser, and my partner continued to tell me, be bold, say what you want. And actually it messed with our level of attraction for each other because he thought I didn't value myself, which honestly wasn't necessarily true. But everything I was doing was someone that would neglect themselves or not speak up for themselves or not set the appropriate boundaries. It was almost as if he thought I didn't know my values or my standards. And you would have thought that was true. But in my mind, I do know, but I was so used to accommodating other people that I didn't allow him space to lead and allow me to be assertive. He actually wanted me to stand my ground, which was so unfamiliar. And yeah, that led to self-sabotaging behaviors. So for those of you on the opposite end who are not the people pleasers, I do need you to know a little something. People pleasing is actually a survival skill. It's a survival mechanism. And most of the time we're not doing it on purpose. And a lot of the time, people who people please don't not love themselves or not value themselves. It's just hard. Now, trust me, there are also situations where it's because there's a low sense of self-worth or value. That is also true. That can happen. For many people pleasers, it was learned really early on that approval equals safety. Conflict equals danger. Disagreement could lead to danger. Disagreement could mean rejection. So the nervous system of a people pleaser learned to prioritize keeping the peace instead of expressing themselves. It's not manipulation. It's not lack of self-love. It's usually conditioning. Now, it is important that as people pleasers, we continue to work on this because it can come off as manipulation, control. It can come off as I don't value myself. It can come off as a low self-esteem. But here's where it becomes difficult for a people pleaser to thrive in a relationship. A lot of times they say yes when they really want to or mean to say no. They hide their real needs. They might avoid difficult conversations. And sometimes it might end up building silent resentment. And over time, that can make a relationship feel one-sided or unclear, right? Now, if this sounds like something that you've experienced, I want you to tune into my next video so I can help you with an empathy shift, so that I can help you to recognize when this comes up and help you with what to do instead of becoming reactive. So tap into my next video to show how to build empathy for someone that you are in a relationship with who tends to fall under people-pleasing categories. Oh, and by the way, if you're with a people pleaser, send them to my page because we are doing a series on people-pleasing. And I'm gonna go ahead and get them right, okay? As a retired people pleaser, I wanna help them overcome that same obstacle as well so that they can enjoy and bloom within the relationship. But again, follow on the next video so you can learn more about this if you are on the receiving end of a people pleaser.